Let's all welcome the Irritator Challengeri to Jurassic World Evolution 3, the not-so-pterosaur, actually theropod, and one of the most important Spinosaurid specimens out there, if you will. And we're going to talk a bit of the backstory of this dinosaur, why I think it's a perfect addition to the game and a perfect inclusion into the wetlands, which is going to be something exciting in the upcoming days. There will be more mentionings in the next coming days, but today we are talking about this wonderful fella over here and some scenery items we'll be seeing throughout the footage over here. So first we're rolling the entire clip because it's so beautiful, and we're talking about the dinosaur, which actually has its name after being so irritating during the process of research, which is not ended yet. But the process was kind of funny because the first fossil ever found has not been found or actually examined by researchers directly. It has actually been sent via some fossil traders illegally to a museum in Germany, Stuttgart, and over there it was first of all believed to be a pterosaur. But the reason for that is that the fossil traders actually made up with some plaster and so on the original fossil to make it appear more dramatic and crazy, and only after some scans and so on they noticed something odd about this thing, and the story basically continued the same way with being more irritating along the way, believing different kind of things about this thing, from being a raptor kind of thing to actually finally becoming confirmed as a Spinosaurid, which is a very important one to learn more about those ones. I think a beautiful addition. Right now, let's jump into the analysis of the footage. Let's do it. And we are looking at the footage a little bit because, mostly because of the scenery, but we're also looking at this beautiful model of the Irritator. Again, we don't have that much knowledge about this dinosaur in general. We do only have mostly about the skull, or parts of the skull, I should say, and some part, what is believed to be the snout with some crest parts on top of it. So that means in the accuracy of this dinosaur, there's a lot of freedom for interpretation and irritation, I think, especially when it comes to babies, of course. But I think the model itself gets some very cool ideas of that like bigger, big tail. They are believed to be spending most of the times in the water, which is why the nozzles are a little bit further back in the head, again, around the head region. It's definitely the most well-known area of this dinosaur, but the rest is kind of made up a little bit by what is obviously Spinosaur and other references we have in this area. Despite the fact that we don't really have that much knowledge about these dinosaurs in general, but it's very interesting to see what they went for, and this is a scientifically almost accurate version, Jurassified in a way that this is early Cretaceous and not Jurassic, but you know, we all know that this is not being a little bit of a thing anyways about this franchise. But the thing is, we have a very nice kind of differentiation between what is the Baryonyx and the Spinosaur, and we do have a very original looking dinosaur in the game. I fell in love with this one, also like the feet with that little skin parts in between for the better swimming, you know, and also just in general, the body weight and so on looks very cool. So if we keep on playing, I'm just gonna mute that sound a bit, we will be seeing more footage of this dinosaur. The babies, or like the little juveniles, are very playful in their movement, very nice original animations of them having, which is kind of cool. Like with the new dinosaurs, there comes some new original kind of movements and stuff, which is super cool. And as you can see over here, we've got 1 out of 8 eggs, so we gotta expect 8 eggs in a batch. What we have in here, a very cool skin pattern. You can see the desired population is basically any between 0 and 2, which means just a male and a female version, and you can see there is the skin is the Sana de Huasco, which is interesting because I think, if I'm not completely wrong, it's found in the Basin del Huasco, the fossil, so that makes kind of sense that they have it in here. But we also have mangrove forest because as they are believed to be living or having lived in mostly tropical wetlands areas along the coast, and you know, that's being the habitat where they have been living. Yeah, you see this in the new swamp biome, obviously, with the little mist and stuff going on. I think it's very beautiful. A super beautiful model. It seems like very nice skin variants. Of course, it can swim, so adding another one into the roster of swimming dinosaurs, but makes sense if you name something coming that is called wetlands, I guess. But hey, let's speak about what we see on screen, because it's mostly evident that there are some new scenery pieces around, and they look freaking amazing. I have seen this whole thing already in the behind closed doors. I have to tiptoe around some other things which are super exciting, but I'm not allowed to talk about right now, if not any out there is throwing something anywhere else. But hey, here we are, and we are looking at some very cool scenery, as you can see over here. It's shabby time, and shabby shack I want to call this one. This is the route they went for these pieces, and I'm absolutely digging it. I'm absolutely in for it. It's kind of a very rough outpost, wetlands thing, you know. It just kind of reminds me of things I would see in some games where you come to an outpost in the swarms, and this is exactly how it would look like. It also kind of reminds me on something I had in Rust very early on, playing Rust, when they added the first kind of areas, and one of them being in the swamp outpost pretty much looks like this, or in one of the Far Cry area games. Like, I really like that, and you can see here this kind of I think this is the most well-known chair in the world, maybe the most shabby one, but still most well-known chair in the world. Some actually shabby barbecue stuff. You could really do some survival kind of camping with this one. Very in love with it, paired with the kind of little transformer we already had. Absolutely big fan of it. It looks like some rubbish kind of piles lying down here. It's just so much life in here, despite there's not much life left in here, but maybe you get what I'm saying. It's really, really nice looking. I can't wait to see what we can do with these pieces. Having some old kind of worn down fishing net, very nice. And you can see, by the way, the swamp paint tool a bit more in action. Nighttime again, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful indeed. This is so cool. Also here, these kind of towers made with the outpost stuff, and then having these light strips over here, subtly lit. Oh god, that looks so good. And we've got that wonderful irritator swimming towards us in the water, and then coming out of the water with this glory shot at night. Big fan, my friends, of this first little thing over here. And now it's time to speak about more of this pack, because the next dinosaur